Uh, Josh is out. Mo's in.
Deuce still out?
Yeah.
That he's still dealing with soreness, or is it something more serious with his ankle?
Yeah, they're still evaluating his ankle.
Back to Mo. As you think about his development, the Laker game, he had a chance to go up against LeBron and Doncic. He's also matched up with some of the other premier stars in the minutes that he's received. What do you want him to take away from those moments?
You said Mo?
Mo, yeah.
Just not to get outside of yourself and play as hard as you can, knowing that you're going to probably make mistakes here and there, but don't think about them. Just move on to the next play, and the more reps, understanding, the more reps you get, the better you're going to be.
Coach, obviously the tough assignment with Jokic, you can't guard with just one guy. What's the kind of the philosophy when you're going up against him?
One thing, you got to hope he misses. That's the first thing. And then beyond that, you just try to make it as hard as you can by being physical. And he thrives on getting everybody involved. I mean, he's the best in the game at that than anybody. So trying to make him work, being physical while not letting him make the game easier for his teammates.
With some of these injuries, does it almost make you more appreciative of what you have with McHale? Like, Josh out, Deuce out. It's like a whole wall of the locker room, and there's McHale in the middle who just know you sign him up and he's ready to go.
Yeah, McHale, he's been great, and to have him available every single game has been fantastic, and you hope that you can overcome the injury bug. Everybody goes through it, and it can be a blessing in disguise to a certain degree because you're forced to play other guys, and you're forced to give other guys an opportunity. And when other guys get opportunities, they usually grow in this league because they're all elite to be able to make it to this league in the first place. So hopefully guys won't be out too long, and guys that get opportunities step up and they grow a little bit while contributing without getting too far out of their game.
Coach, you're going through the injuries. Denver's gone through a whole bunch of injuries themselves. Is it harder sometimes as a head coach and staff to deal with the injuries while they're out, or sometimes trying to integrate them back in when all of a sudden the guys come in, especially after they've missed a few games?
I tell you what, that's a great question because I don't know if I don't think we've had our entire roster since the beginning of the year, and it happened a couple weeks ago for the first time, I think. Everybody was healthy. And when I do this minute sheet before the game, and I was like, oh my God, I don't have enough minutes for these guys. Where am I going to insert this guy? Where am I going to insert that guy? What am I going to do here? What am I going to do there? And there were combinations that I thought were good. And I asked our analytics guy, I said, well, tell me about these 5 guys. And he's like, these guys never played together. And they're like 5 of our top 8 guys. And so trying to figure out not only, who's going to play well together, but also who's going to be effective who's going to be effective individually to help you in different areas was extremely taxing or hard. So it's both. You want everybody there, but when they're gone for a while and they come back, and now you're in scramble mode and you're in search mode because you're not used to it or you hadn't played that way in a while.
Coach, it seems like this year there's a lot more second-round picks, undrafted guys who are playing big minutes in rotations. You guys, Tyler's been a huge player for you this year. Is that something you're noticing across the league? And is in all your years in the league, is there any kind of common traits that help those guys who maybe start off, second-round or undrafted, carve out larger roles in rotation?
I really think just the talent's getting better. I think the talent is getting better every year, and you can have a second round guy that maybe back in his day might have been a first round guy, and you might not be able to find a second round guy. So I think the talent level has really increased, and it can be twofold. Everybody has trainers now and however you want to call it, I don't know. But the guys just are so skilled that you can find ways to get them on the floor. And they're usually long, and big, and with as fast as the game is being played, with the spacing, you need length, you need athleticism, you need quickness to cover ground or to make that floor look smaller than what it is. And so finding guys that can impact the game just a little bit in this area or a little bit in that area is huge. And they're out there, and they're getting opportunities because of the pace of the game, the number of games, and injuries and all that other stuff too.
Do you think some of it is the four-year college guys over the
I'm sorry,
last
say it one
the
more time.
four-year college
Yeah.
guys over the last couple of years have kind of been pushed deeper into the draft? Do you think that also plays a role, that some of these guys like Tyler have so much experience under their belt that it's a little bit easier for them to adapt to the game?
Yeah, that's the case, but I still think that the talent level, I mean, there are guys in the G League that come to the NBA. I'm just like, where in the hell does this guy come from? I've never heard of this guy, but he's impacting the game, and he's impacting the game at a high level. And usually it takes, it may take them a year or two because they might have come out early. I don't know, but man, once they get here, they impact this game at a very high level for their teams, and if they do, they're gonna definitely get opportunities. And most teams want that to happen, just because, again, the pace of the game, not just in the full court, but everybody's cutting and moving and all that other stuff. And when you play that fast for as long as a lot of teams try to play fast, guys need rest, they need breaks, and so you got to try to find ways to play more guys.
Coach, the other
Was it-
night against Los Angeles, Reggie Miller was praising Jalen Brunson because there was a play where there was a steal and excuse me, Jalen and OG both had clear paths to the basket. Jalen gave it up to OG on a night where he wasn't shooting it that great. Does that resonate with the staff the way it did with Reggie? Like, do you see that and see what Reggie saw?
Yeah, for sure. I love my staff. Mo Cheeks is an experienced guy, and our next coaches meeting, he brought it up right away, and we all saw it, but he was at the forefront of bringing it up, and it's right there. We have a standard that we try to live by, whether we're on the floor or off the floor every day, and it starts with the word sacrifice. And there are a lot of different ways you can sacrifice, not just on the floor but off the floor for your teammates, and and that's just another small example of your captain, your MVP, sacrificing for a teammate. And so we actually showed the clip. We talked about it. Because anytime we can hit on our standards, sacrifice, competitive spirit, connectivity, belief in each other, and the overall process, anytime we can hit on those things, obviously while holding each other accountable, we do it. And so we did do it. It's a great play.